This is Breakfast Daily, and it's time for news review segment. And I'm very excited, on Wednesdays when it's a women invasion, and we get to speak our mind on national issues. Now, I have here with me Professor Benedicta Yaira Fusu-Mensah, member of the NDC National Communications Team. Prof, you're welcome.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you too?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. You used to be Doc, now Prof.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Right now, we also have from the NPP National, so this is the National Deputy Director of Communications, Haja Rabi Salifu. Haja, you're welcome.
Thank you, Fema. How are you?
I'm okay. Now, this is the first time you and I are meeting.
Yes, but not my first time here.
Okay.
And I honestly have to commend you for this great job.
Which one?
I was in your studio at
Adabraka.
And here is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You guys have done well. Kudos to your management.
Thank you.
For Prof, I sat with her, yes, at the other side and not here.
Okay.
And I was just telling her this morning, why would they demote you to a job when you are Prof? I'm coming to take the producer off. But I'm glad you have come to actually acknowledge that she's Prof. And
yes,
yes.
Yes.
Because writing the papers, I know it's not easy.
You bet,
No,
Charlie.
it's not. It's not. It's not at all.
Anyway, Prof,
Yeah.
you inspire all of us.
Yeah, she does.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. So let's quickly go to one issue that, leading to the 2024 elections, we all are preaching peace, and we just want to enjoy the security and the peace that Ghana is already witnessing. And that is why it's very key that if certain things that we are not too sure comes up, we really need to talk about it. The president has spoken about it, and the former president has also spoken about it. And I want us to look at the brandishing of machetes, at the offices of the former president, John Dramani Mahama. Nana has commented on that, and we've had the former president as well also talk about it. Now, you can find the story on the Citi newsroom, and the details of the story goes that President Akufo-Addo has strongly condemned the actions of certain National Democratic Congress NDC members who were captured in viral videos wielding machetes around the office premises of the party's flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, following a purported cleanup exercise on Thursday, 23rd November 2023. Now, addressing the Victory Congregation of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana at Adentan Fafaha in Accra during the valedictory church service for the outgoing moderator of the Presby Church, Right Reverend Professor Joseph Obri Yeboamante, President Akufo-Addo expressed his disapproval of the behavior of the NDC supporters, emphasizing that such actions will find no place in the lead-up to, during or after the December 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. There's a quote: "It is my honest hope that the machetes and weapons brandished last week at the residence of the NDC's presidential candidate, the former President John Mahama, are not signs of things to come in the run-up of the 2024 elections. If it is, I can assure them that they will find no success with them. I want to state for the record that under my watch, no person or group of persons, no matter their political coloration, will destabilize our country nor destroy the peace that all of us are enjoying. It will not happen," unquote. You can find details of the story, on Citi Newsroom to get that. Let me quickly also add the response from former President Mahama, so we have the whole thing in proper context. Now, the story is also on the Citi newsroom as well, and former President Mahama has responded to President Nana Akufo-Addo's criticism of National Democratic Congress NDC youth seen brandishing machetes at Mr. Mahama's office premises. President Akufo-Addo strongly denounced the actions of the NDC. Now, let me take the quote from the former president. He says, "This is a bit rich coming from a president who superintended the mayhem at Ayawaso West Wuogon and has not had a word of sympathy for the families of our 8 compatriots who died from state-sponsored violence in the 2020 elections." Now, it explains that the NDC has clarified that the machete seen in the hands of some party youth around the office of its flag bearer were not intended for any malicious purpose, but were simply tools for a cleanup exercise. The NDC's Deputy National Communications Officer, Malik Basintale, asserted that the president should instead focus on condemning instances of violence that occurred during the 2020 elections. Prof, I'm going to start with you. What was that brandishing for? if you are cleaning, why are you lifting stuff up? Were they weeding anyway? What was the nature of the cleanup exercise that needed machetes to be wielded?
Yeah, good morning to you once again and my co-panelists, and good morning to our cherished viewers, especially my people in Central Tong and NDC fraternity. Well, I am surprised to hear our president commenting and kind of showing that the NDC cleanup exercise was meant for some form of violence. And I'm surprised because our president have no moral right to even comment on the assemblies of the youth trying to clean up the flag bearer's office. I'm saying so because we're all here in this country when he superintended over an election that witnessed the loss of 8 lives. He never commented about this evil that was perpetrated to people who suffered from his elections. Again, we're all in this country. I also West Wagon by-election is a famous one that nobody in this country would ever forget when we witnessed attacks that were believed to be sympathizers of NPP that attacked innocent people that went to exercise their civil rights. And yet, our president never commented about these deaths. So I am surprised that a group of young men who went out there to clean up the flag bearer of NDC's office, he saw it as tax. I mean, when you are cleaning or carrying out cleanup exercise, they are weeds that you intend to clean up. So if you are holding a cutlass, how can holding a cutlass doing cleanup exercise now become a threat to our country or the peace of this country? Why would he even associate, people gathering to clean up, clean, let's say, a given area to an election? Why is he saying so? As I said, he has no moral right because, again, just after the 2016 election, in fact, when NPP won and they were sworn in 2017, not too long ago, we saw or we witnessed attacks that went into a courtroom to attack a judge because they have arrested some individuals and they were putting them before court. What did he say about it? I remember again, I also West Wago, I want to come there, when even a committee was constituted to investigate and come up with a report. What did he do? He rubbished virtually everything and told the committee that
he took some of the recommendations. Prof.
He indicated that they didn't even understand their mandate. That was the kind of...
Did he take some of the recommendations? Did we enforce some of the recommendations?
Recommendations. I am saying like advice. That our president, from the posturing that he's exhibited over the years, have no moral right to question a group of NDC supporters that went to, let me just ask, when they went there, did we witness any confusion among them? Did we witness someone even quarreling, let's talk about exchange blows or using cutlass on each other? How would you want to comment on such an occurrence when 8 people lost their life because you want to rule this country, and yet you could not even go to sympathize with the family. You could not make any pronouncement to even, let's assume he even pretends. Let's allow the president to pretend and say that.
Is the challenge, is the concern that the president did not physically go there, but we had members of government go there, we had committees set up to investigate and all that, and this time around, president is commenting on this. Is that the issue here?
Frema, do you know that murdering is a crime?
Yes.
So what happened to the people who killed this innocent 8 people? 8. We've never witnessed an election that saw 8 people losing their life. Yet in the era of NPP, 8 people lost their life. I also West Wagon, they told us that they were going to kind of have a rehearsal of what will happen 2020. And indeed.
Hey, where did
They
they say
carried it
that?
out.
I missed that.
Oh,
When?
you missed it?
Yes.
I also West Wagon.
No, the rehearsal part, I didn't. I
The
never.
rehearsal.
When?
When I also West Wagon happened.
Yeah.
They said it was
Who said it?
Oh, you are not asking me. The videos
Yes.
are there.
No, I just want to know.
I
I missed that
the
one, so I want to know.
there. Go and
so who? No,
so as
so
a
direct
journalist,
me. So if what am I looking
saying
for?
that as a journalist,
Yeah.
it is your responsibility to go and investigate. Somebody.
But as a communications person, it is your responsibility to give us the background to what we are investigating. So if I go on Google, if I go on YouTube, what am I typing here? Because I really want to understand this so I can speak
I
to
am
it.
saying that what happened in Ayawaso West Wagon,
Yeah.
they said it was a
Who said the day is what I want to know. Who
The
said
day.
it?
Yes.
Go and
Maybe if, for instance, no,
Everything
Prof,
is
please,
subject
please
to
hold on,
fact check.
hold on. Doc, if you say that it looks like what happened at Ayawaso West, you're a professor. So Doc, you're an expert
Yes,
at this.
and I'm saying
So
that,
that's why I
yes,
want you
that-
to.
I mean,
Yeah.
the-
So
I mean,
if you say
people
that
make
it
comments.
looked, if you say that it looked
is
like
not
a
that it
rehearsal,
looked.
but if you say that
It
they
looked-
said,
it didn't look. There was a comment.
who said it?
There was a comment. Go and check. That's why I'm saying that. You
So
are
if we
a
can't
journalist.
check who said it, then we'll just skip that.
It is not about me
Yeah.
saying that somebody have said.
Yeah.
It is on record that Ayawaso West Wagon was a redresser or was a rehearsal of what will happen in 2020. And yet, in 2020, what they said happened in 2019, Ayawaso West Wagon, by election. It did happen in 2020. 8 lives. 8 lives. Our president, as the first gentleman of the land, could not come to condemn this act. What did he do? Nothing. And yet you have a group of young men assembling to clean their flag bearer's office. I mean, are we saying that it's an offense for people to hold cutlasses to weed? If you have lawn, don't we have our gardeners using cutlasses to remove
Well, sometimes I take the cutlass
weeds
myself.
in lawn? So why should that be an offense? Look, I am saying that if our president have given up on the mess they've created, and already he has said that the next person will come and fix the economy, I think he should just relax, enjoy his tea whilst he waits for his tenure to end, for him to hand over power to NDC, but not to come and pretend and say that or paint NDC as a party of violence. If we are talking about violence, the NPP is the first and foremost party that is known for their violence, because since they took over power, we've seen different occasions that they have attacked individuals. Not too long ago, they went to Onua, TV program to attack somebody because they felt that panelist
UTV.
always speak against NPP. We saw them attacking a judge. We saw them doing all kinds of things, and yet our president never commented. So he has no moral right. I think that if he has energy left in him, he should rather use this to fix the economy, because the mess that he has created is just unbearable. And I think that as a country, he should rather, channel his energy to fix the economy instead of
Right,
talking about
Haja,
NDC.
so the president has made this statement. Is he not making a mountain out of a molehill? A group of young men gathered to do a cleanup exercise. The president of the land, the president, number one person, is this his problem? Is this what he wants to? He goes to stand at Presby Check to address.
The noble president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. I want to start by saying good morning to our viewers, especially our indefatigable flag bearer of NPP, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Wale, Adam Smith.
Yes, sir.
The great man, in fact, the goat of our time.
Okay.
An honorable Alhaji, anti-corrupt Alhaji, very eloquent Alhaji, a man who is on top of his job, a man who paves way for effective discipline and clear training for people like myself. I look up to him, and I know certainly Ghana will be better with his leadership. I
Okay.
say good morning to him. And our president, Nana Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
You see, I want to find out from your producers if they can play these videos for me. The person you mentioned here, Basintali, Malik, addressed the young people there. I want them to play. If they don't have it, I have it. I can play it or I can send it to you, or how they can play it before I even progress.
You can send it to the...
And also before a day, if to the cleanup exercise, these young people spoke Hausa. They were in front of the former president's residence, his office, I guess. They issued threats.
Hold on. Was it his office or his
Was
residence?
it his
Prof,
office?
was it his office?
It was his
Right.
office. They said it, and the video can best explain it.
Okay.
So if you can permit me, I'll forward it right now to the producer.
Yeah.
Then I'll continue with my submission.
Yeah.
And then when he's ready, he can signal us and play it. Because if Doc, look, you see, the last time I had a conversation like this, sisterly conversation with Doc on GH1,
Yeah.
afterwards somebody told me, look, how can you go and do this to your big sister who is a professor? And all I could say was, look, if Prof chooses to go the pedestrian way, if Prof chooses to communicate like just anybody who is spectating and mimicking a way of communication that is not rightly accepted in our 21st century, then she's already compelling me to respond to her in that regard.
You make your submission.
Reputation is very, very important in all that we
Yeah.
do. That is why for every serious communicator, for every government or party
Have you sent the
communicator,
video?
I have. I've
Okay.
sent it to Richard.
Right.
For every party communicator, you should have, because for professors as she is, we know them for nothing, and I mentioned it the last time, but figures and facts.
Yeah.
Where we are in this country and globally, we are dealing with fact checks. So you don't come on national television and just say they say, and who said? More especially on Citi TV, no. I'm glad you intervened, and that should be highly discouraged. Now on the happenings, she has as well pretended or chosen not to go direct on the fact. I will lay the background clear.
Sure.
So this is an issue that emanated from an observation my own colleague, Deputy Director, made, Owusu Bempa, Ernest. He's one of the Deputy Directors of Communications. And I know the Ghana we have here has given us, after 20 years of trying the right to information bill, now have it. And you can go to seek information anywhere, sweetheart, provided you do it legally. Now, what did he seek to achieve? He spoke with his colleagues. He saw a news item, international headline, saying or talking about somebody called Government Official 1 in the Airbus scandal.
Yeah.
This is a gentleman who is humbly asking questions around corruptions. We are open. We have set aside the office of the special prosecutor. We have told all Ghanaians that you have the right to walk into any office to seek information, be it print or even if you are not literate, you can still go and have a witness or a translator to get you. This is the extent to which we have made accountability sweet and interesting.
Yeah, so the cleanup
Now,
matter.
he said, I am going to present a petition to the former president. My case is, your sibling has been mentioned in the case. There is a name dubbed Government Official 1. I'm curious. I'm a communicator. I should have my stuff right. I shouldn't go on national television to quote others when I can't even reference their names. So I want to have it fresh. Then we started getting threats. Also, Bempa should come there. First, he fixed a date. They also fixed a date to counter, saying they're coming for cleanup. And you know, for a serious communicator like him from a very disciplined and organized party like us, he did his checks right. He picked on the information concerning mob action against he and other people who would have chosen to go with him. So he said, look, for that day, I'm not going. This particular one, it took national security to advise the young man and his colleagues not to go to present this petition.
Okay.
So it simply tells us they are too reluctant, not ready to even open up for accountability. I want your producer to
We are working on
I
the
want
video.
to talk to the, I want to speak to the video because I want you to play, then I'll quote them verbatim and I'll translate to doctor what she's refusing to understand.
So you're working on the video. When is
Clean up exercise is good. We are advocates of cleanliness. And for Islam, we say for a good Muslim, you should prioritize your hygiene, be it your home, your body, everywhere. And look at how clean this place looks. Aren't we enjoying the fresh air and everything? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
No one is debunking that. What we are saying is that you have no business issuing threats to other political opponents when you have intention of cleanup exercises. Everyone works with intel. You are a presenter. You are a host or a journalist.
Yeah.
A media person. You certainly do care about what is happening on the hindsight. Who probably would have been looking out for you. Certainly, he got the faith that, look, these guys are saying things, including these videos I'm insisting we play. Issuing threats. You will bring your petition, we would cut off your head. It said, I want it played. Now, not just the machetes, bow and arrow. There are young women in there who hopefully would have children or who have already gotten children, who had cutlasses on their chest and giving demonstrations of cutting heads and killing people. Interpretations are allowed. Gestures are read. Are they really proud as women to show this? Because everything in the media, mainstream or print, is archived. And one day it will hold your neck. Fast forward. See who is talking about indiscipline and irresistible nature of the NPP or hypocrisy, as John Mahama would describe our nobleman. Look, it is always, always, always very sad to note that people who ought to know are misbehaving because they are just speaking to their political interests. On the court case in Kumasi, when our young men misbehave, Honorable Ambrose, you can check on Ghana Web. Just put Ashanti Region Court case. His comments, he came publicly to condemn it. And I quote him, he said, we aren't going to support any youth in our party in the name of any volunteer group to go and misbehave in this country. We will call you out, we would arrest you and fine you, and such fines have been given. Quite recently on UTV, when our young men went to misbehave, my own colleague Jennifer Quinn took up the issue, called the police service.
Why hasn't the president spoken on some of these issues?
Yes, it's true. What we are saying, you know, he's a legal person. Prejudicing every situation shouldn't be encouraged in this country. If there is an issue ongoing and you expect him to rashly come and say because he wants to satisfy people like the NDC, I beg you, no. He doesn't work like that.
I don't think that if the president speaks to such issues,
But
is pleasing the NDC.
I'm just referring to timing.
No, I get it. Now, my concern is we all are Ghanaians. My security is also key. And so is any other person who doesn't really care about NPP or NDC, but is a Ghanaian who would want to go out there to vote. I mean, with what has happened in the past, Ayawaso, West Wogon, Techiman South, all these things.
His action of resourcing the office of the special prosecutor speaks volumes to that act. His action on condemnation and always preaching discipline and encouraging even we as a party to have a disciplinary committee and get anybody who misbehaves within or without the party is something that should tell you he's against it. Him not coming publicly to address issue of 8 people could be an approach. He probably would have done it in several ways that we all are seeing manifest. Fast forward to corruption, crime rates and all that. Prof, sorry, I keep saying, Doc, I want to be like you, so I won't degrade you. What I'm saying here is, if you say crime is being encouraged, you are the best party. The facts and figures says it. Corruption index, 2024, that's 2014, from 2014 to 2022. It tells you in 2014, this country, we were doing in terms of corruption 46.98. In 2015, we did 49.15. In 2016, we did 48.28. And in 2017, we did 45.07. Who is doing better? Who has resourced the police service more than the other? We have given them three helicopters, which nobody, no president has done in this country. It's unprecedented. We have given them 100 pickup vehicles to aid them in terms of logistics. In terms of visibility, you can have your issues with President Akufo-Addo. You can come with me when I agree that, yes, things are quite hard. But you can't take it away from the NPP government that, look, we have recruited more than 5,000 police personnel since 2017. Yes, you can fact check that. We have given them 1,500 motorbikes as of 2022. We keep building their capacity. Cameras on our streets. Cameras on them. Now, everybody who is a very good or sensible or like disciplined rider on our roads knows very well you can't misbehave with our traffic lights because you certainly would be picked. So this is what we are talking about.
But for sensitivity's sake, wouldn't it be ideal for the president to show some level of consistency? So if Ayawaso West Wagon, you left it to a committee. If Techiman South, you left it to the state institutions who are supposed to handle it. Couldn't we have had the National Security Minister, Minister for Interior, also speak to this clean up exercise thing? Simply because it's coming from the other side. Wouldn't that have been ideal? Because we have people whose job it is to look at security issues in this country.
I agree with you absolutely. It could have been good and it would have been good. But what I am saying on a personal level is that my observation says that the whole thing happened. You see, that from the trigger point, it's a young man who is expressing his observation and other young people have gone to do it. Nobody anticipated an escalation of this sort. Nobody anticipated the NDC will go in their warmongering attitude to go and do that. Now, still on figures and facts, attacks on journalists, not even party people, not even opponents. The political party rep that is quick enough to condemn and say we are this is supposed to be reminded, and that's just what I want to do here, that on Monday, June 26th, 2023, Peace FM reported Odun Prince was attacked by NDC thugs in Asem North during the recent by-election. It was reported. The fact is there. This is what happened. May 3rd, 2023, in my own backyard, where I come from, Dagbon FM, we saw what happened. A regional party officer, communications officer, went to attack a media person in studio. We saw the information that was sent across. And many of this kind, I can count on and on. I have 7 points here. Look, in order not to stretch the conversation, because we have more equally important things to talk about, and the data is there, the facts are there, what I would encourage our young people to do is that, especially for the NPP, we are from a home that is a mannered one. Is it the case that they can't play the video? Can I play it from my phone so that you know?
No, we can't. No, we have it, but you know, it just doesn't go straight on air. It goes through a process, so you have to take time, because we are working on that.
But what I am saying here is, we are young people who are looking up to the senior people who have lived so well in this country. From 1992, if these happenings was encouraged or had continued, we wouldn't have had a good Ghana that we are enjoying today. So what I am urging our young people to know is that if you have chosen to communicate for NPP, get your staff well. It's not about name calling. It's not about aggression. It's simply about laying bare the facts, saying what you are doing and yet to improve on, saying where you goofed, and saying what you have done better.
Right.
And that will make you the best politician ever. And not to go, well, of course, I rest my case.
Right, so we'll just take a quick break. Don't forget, don't worry, Prof, we'll just take a break and we'll come back. I want us to move to the Dwenya spillage, but the video is being processed.
It should be
at any point when
you.
it's ready, we will play it and we'll come back to this issue. Is that cool?
I will respond.
Absolutely, you have your stand to do that as well. So it's still live on Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily. The segment is News Review, and my guest in the studio, Professor Benedicta Yaira-Fosu-Mensah of the NDC and National Deputy Director of Communications, NPP, Hajia Rabi Salifu. Now, before we went on the break, we were talking about the brandishing of machetes during a cleanup exercise at the office premises of the former president, John Dramani Mahama. Now, Hajia produced a video. The video is ready. Let's take a look at it.
Show your weapon. 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 No more to show your weapon. Show your weapon. Show your weapon. Hey!
If he has it, he can play. That is more specific.
What did he say in the second video?
Okay, he spoke Hausa. He is saying Ernest Owusu Bempah should bring his petition there if he is a man and see whether he will survive that same day.
Okay, have you sent that video?
I did send it.
Okay,
he spoke Hausa.
Please, if you have that video, let's see if you can play that as well. But really, with what he is saying,
good.
Show your weapon. I can see a broom. In fact, I can even see a syringe.
Can I say?
Yes, please.
Look, you are entitled.
Yes.
You are entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
People are watching.
Yeah.
Ghanaians are discerning. We all. When President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo said all die be die, we were all in this country.
Yeah.
We saw all manner of interpretation. So let nobody, I'm not warning, but I'm just humbly telling Doc that say we shouldn't read meanings to this video. My thinking, just like they did on the all die be die, is simply that the word show your weapon. For me, with the Saito school I went to, with the little English I understand, a weapon is not supposed to be used for weeding.
Right, now,
let me come. You saw that we have conventions, we have practices, we have the usual and the unusual. This is highly unusual. Granted, we want to pick it on even cleanup campaign. You saw people demonstrate. Are you going to cut trees' heads? Granted is the case. What about the second video I'm talking about? Let's not pretend. It's not all the time that you wear party lens. Chintina, it was wrong, you are struggling to defend. When you do that, you are insulting your intelligence and trying to undermine the cherished viewers that we have, which should be highly discouraged.
Right. Now, Prof, if you saw this, you know, as a group of NPP people, okay, NPP young people, claiming to go on a cleanup exercise and doing this weapons, choice of words are very, very interesting, especially as we are heading to an election. I don't know how big the office of the former president is to warrant this crowd, but that goes without saying. I mean, if today, some people hear that, oh, we are cleaning up Citi TV, I'm sure we'll have more than 10 people who can do the job just for the love of the brand. We'll have a lot of people come in. So the numbers would not even be in contention here. But weapons, we are brandishing that. Let me see your weapons, chanting like we are going for war.
And said, hey.
Are we reading unnecessary meanings into this? Be very objective here. And we also saw demonstrations like that.
The NPP have no any moral right.
Forget about
to even
NPP. Talk to
discuss.
Ghanaians now. Prof, you see, that's my
have no
challenge.
moral-
Let's
you
forget
see,
about
they
NPP
sit and
let's
they
talk
say
to Ghana.
anything and get away with it. But I think they have no moral right to even comment on this video. They said, show your weapon. We saw broom. We saw, I mean, the hard broom. Listen, the video is still there. That we could see hard
a lot
broom.
of cutlasses.
We could see broom that's normally used for like room. Yeah. We could see cutlasses. Of course, if you are going to weed, the word is weed. You are taking out unnecessary material. They're not just going to sweep. I mean, in our homes, we all have loans. We employ. If we don't employ, we do it ourselves. We use cutlasses. I sometimes take care of my lawn. I use cutlass to remove weeds from my lawns. I use broom to sweep. So if somebody decides I'm going for cleanup exercise, the tool I'm using is a cutlass. The tool I'm using is a broom. Some have brought shovel. Others have brought catapult. Maybe they've seen some rats running and they want to catapult it. What is a big deal?
Why are you smiling?
I am just saying that the NPP have no any moral right.
That I agree with you, because they've had their own issues. We also had our own issues. Now I want you to talk to Ghanaians. Look, I sit here. I don't care about NPP. I don't care about NPP. No. I care about who can lead Ghana properly. I care about who can turn our fortunes around. If I see things like these as an ordinary Ghanaian who is preparing to go for an election next year, should I be worried, or I should just ignore?
It is only NPP.
Why do you go back to NPP?
Yes, I am saying that it is only NPP.
So the rest of us are not NPP members. We don't
interpret review to mean cancellation. The same way they are interpreting a group of young men who have gone to their leader's office to clean us. I don't know what is it, a rehearsal or whatever they are calling it. So why should that be a bother? Why would our president not use his energy to fix the economy? The city that he took from 4 cities, and today city is more than 12 cities. He took unemployment from 8%. Today we are talking about 14%. At the time when he said they are rolling out a program, 1D, 1F, one village, one down, planting for food and job. And today, a bag of maize, I remember in 2016, a bag of maize was going for 80 Ghana cedis. Today, a bag of maize is going for 900 Ghana cedis. Instead of rather trying to put food on our table, we are hungry as a citizen. We are hungry, and it is his mandate as a leader to make sure that he better our life, he improve on our life. Today, he has made that worse off. Instead of him to rather look at this to fix it, he's talking about a young man who have gone to do cleanup, and they are what? They are interpreting show your weapon to mean that violent. They show broom. Who uses broom to go for war? Who uses
and the cutlass
to?
No, now you are breaking it down. Who uses broom?
Are you saying that maybe you don't do weeding? I'm from a rural area.
Me,
I go
weed.
to farm. I weed.
Yeah.
And my home, I use. Exactly. So
yeah.
Weed, what do you do?
Yeah. We don't need to be in the village to weed.
What do you use?
Oh, no, you use cutlass to weed. So, all I'm saying is,
Machete,
with a video we
the
saw,
NDC uses
brandishing.
machete and bow and arrow to weed.
Prof, I just need this one from you, that
and
if
I
you say we
quote
should ignore, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
we will move
that's
on.
what she
That's
just
all
said.
I'm asking.
Yes, that's what
that
she
if we see something like this, we should ignore.
We shouldn't worry about it.
To weed.
Okay.
They went there to do cleanup exercise.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. No, the second video can come, but I think we should move on to the Dwayne story. When the second one comes, yeah, that we go on.
Residential communication like this, and the Ghanaian or the ordinary person watching us is able to dissect.
What dissect?
So you see,
Prof, don't do this. Prof, don't do this. I'm just making a point.
Hold on.
They are able to dissect what we all are saying. Me, I have all the figures for you here. I have all the. I'm just telling you
corruption
Ghanaian is
issue
watching.
coming.
When
You
I come
on
to speak
national
on
television
Cecilia
and try
Dapa,
to-
they are watching. They know my choice of
defend.
words.
What are you talking
When
about?
I talk
That
about
one, they
Cecilia
should not
Dapa,
even
the
try
Ghanaian
to
is
say
watching.
that
They are
people are
dissecting what
trying
I'm
to-
saying. If you come here to tell us about cleanup, is that they are as well watching and they are dissecting. They look. They
should
listen to us
dissect.
word by word.
Yes,
They process everything we say. And if you choose,
It is
So
only
on
you
that
who
processing,
interpret-
on that
it is only
processing
you
matter.
who
It's about
interpret
approach.
a review
All right.